Hello, 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 and welcome to our live stream. Today, we have very special guests, and I'm sure their stories definitely will touch you. And I must say that they are some of the strongest people that I've ever seen. And for them to have gone through something that they never asked for, never expected, something that suddenly changed their lives. And they were so helpless. And yet they kept on. Hope that they will get better. And somehow, miracles do happen. So if you believe in miracles, this is the time. This is the live stream to watch and to share with your friends and loved ones. Now, before we introduce our guests, I have to make a disclaimer. On behalf of Prife International, the management, we have nothing against COVID-19 vaccination. Okay, we have nothing against COVID-19 vaccination. Now, some of the stories and videos that we are going to play later on, well, it can be disturbing. So viewer discretion is advised. Okay, and I hope that all of you will appreciate today's live stream, especially our guests who have unselfishly, they come forward to share their story so that someone out there with a similar problem, similar situation as theirs may have a remedy and help them to become normal again. So we have two separate stories from two different countries. I'm going to mention their names first without introducing all of them, right? First, we have the husband and wife all the way from Pembroke, Ontario in Canada. And they are Kevin and Andrea Street. And the next guest we have is all the way from Ohio, USA, Miss Stacee Marie. So first of all, we are going to introduce Andrea and Kevin. Let us welcome all the way from Ontario, Canada. Hi guys, how are you? You have to unmute yourself.
Good morning.
Kevin, you're an amazing individual. I mean, I've seen Kevin's story on Facebook and I'm deeply touched. And I must say, a lot of people have also been touched by your story and the numbers keep growing, right? And Andrea, you have been on the other side of the fence, so to speak, to watch your beloved husband, what he has gone through. So without much further ado, with your permission, may I play the video, all right, of what your husband went through? Is that okay?
Absolutely, yes. Please share.
Okay, so can we play the video? All right.
And then last Wednesday,
they were going to do a CT or MRI, and they canceled the MRI and did a CT, two of them.
oh,
With the,
There we go. I'm gonna say Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Having a little flare up right now.
Yeah, I kind of hoped I could watch the countdown downstairs, but I can do it from my bed too.
We're gonna head to bed. His legs are giving out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and figure out how to get over there.
All right, everybody. Happy New Year
Yeah.
from our families to yours.
And to mine.
And you... Oh, be careful.
Yeah.
There you go.
this is my body trying to fight balance with my weight. Right? So if I push myself, I'll probably fall over because it'll fight to get my weight right. You know what I mean?
This is not funny. This is just crazy.
Yeah, well. But if I have my cane, which is over there, then I can use it as a third leg, which is where my hand is.
You walk a little better with that, eh?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. Where are you going?
Catching you.
I love you. Hmm. Alrighty, let's see how you're doing now. There you go. Awesome. Much better than yesterday. No more brain fog today, so we're in a good moment. And look at how Millie will go right down the stairs with you. This is adorable. I love this. Well, she's in training. She's got another 2 years of training behind her. You gonna go with the dad, Millie? Go with dad. Go beside him. There you go. Good girl. They're going somewhere. Oh, look at how. Geez, did you stumble on that last step?
No, I wanted to turn around, but I was doing so
fast.
many things at once.
Awesome. Cool. Look at this guy walking. Look at him. I haven't seen you walk like this in a long time, Mr. Street. Wow. This is amazing. Going out for supper, heading into our favorite restaurant, Clubhouse. Ready?
Got Millie.
Look at you go. What a miracle. Good job. Woo! No hand railing. Look at this.
I don't have to watch.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
There you go. So this is what, maybe 4 or 5 treatments with the wand?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Nice shirt.
Yeah, thanks. That's in case anyone notices my belly. I'm actually a unicorn.
I'm over here laughing at that shirt too, by the way.
Okay, wow. There you go. So, I mean, what a transition. And all I can say is, Andrea, for you to watch all that and to record all that, I feel you, really. And it's something that you never imagined, both of you, and especially for Kevin to have gone through something so painful and without knowing that you're going to get back to being normal again. I heard from your wife when I talked to her that you were actually diagnosed by the doctor that your your injury is caused by vaccination. Am I right? So tell us about what happened. I mean, like, without singling out the specific company or, but what happened to you? Like your first jab, your second jab. Tell us your story. What happened?
Well, I'll give you a quick little overview of how this all became. May 6th, I stepped up and rolled my sleeve up and took a vaccine for what I thought, or what at least I was told was the right thing to do. There was no warning. There was really no fear on my behalf either, because I didn't really think I had anything to worry about. The way that the advertisements and everything rolled out, it was a very necessary thing and urgent for everyone, and it was also very safe. So
That was in 2021, right? I mean,
correct. Yes.
May 2021. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. May 2021 was the change of my life. Actually, it was and you know what? It started right away too.
It started right away. I mean, the tremor and everything.
Not so much the tremors. It came on like a really, really good flu. And the fact that, I really wasn't someone who was a flu recipient. Usually I'd blow right through it, and I never really had any bad ones. But when I got this needle, I felt it go through me. And when it went through me, I remember commenting and saying, this is quite the doozy of a shot, because, I've never experienced anything like that before. And, it took 3 weeks to manifest inside my body before it actually knocked me down. And, I was a pretty healthy guy, and, a father of 7. So the last thing that I had in mind was to go in and hinder how my future was going to turn out with my family. I always prided myself on my family, and I went from that figure of someone who could always provide and protect to somebody who was more of a recipient and in a lot of ways a child. It knocked me down 3 weeks after. And when I went down, unfortunately, my wife was present, so I had someone to wake me up and to reassure me that something actually did just happen, and it's probably not good. We got in touch with the hospital immediately. Went to the hospital immediately. It's been an ongoing battle with the system as far as trying to get recognition towards what happened, and to warning people that, this is a real thing. It's been horrible as far as, bringing it to other people's attention that, the possibility of an accident is there. And, this isn't something that they even know what to do with in our eyes. So, I'm not alone, and there's so many others, but when this happened, we didn't know this. And, we were on our own, and the attention that we were given created even more trauma, because we just didn't have anything to lay back on and say, okay, so at least we know that if they do this, we might get some results. It was never like that. And we went through so many different regimes and tests and spinal tap and MRIs, and all they were showing was progression of a disease that I never had before. And it was extremely aggressive. I watched my family around me crumbling because they were trying to be strong, because that's who they thought their dad was. And in no way was I ever going to let them down. So it knocked me down, but it didn't take me out.
Well, I have to say this, and I'm sure our viewers probably feel the same way. despite what you went through, you kept your sense of humor. You know, man, you're strong, really amazing. And the other thing that people notice is the way you walked. I mean, it's like you couldn't really put it together without, an aid or a stick or something to help you. So tell us more about that. I mean, that sort of progressively went bad, right?
Yeah. So when I actually collapsed, we've been 3 weeks in, I lost my ability to walk almost instantly. The same with my ability to carry conversations, to really see reality anymore. I was in a huge cloud of brain fog that wouldn't allow me to really protect myself. It was I was in a stage of numbness, and it was actually it was probably one of the worst things I could even dream about, let alone think that other people were watching me go through this too.
And
Yeah, and then
there were sores on your face as well, like
yeah, I had tremors. I had full body tremors for quite some time, actually. Many trips to the hospital, which was what actually got me admitted to see a neurologist. I had sores all over my body, all over my face.
wow.
They in my hair, all in my scalp. I couldn't get rid of them, and they were there for over a year, and they just burned. They burned all the time, and it felt like, being stung by bees all the time. It wasn't mosquitoes, it was worse. And it was, I keep saying it was, I sure hope it never returns, because I'm so thankful to be able to speak in this context now that, I can even speak, let alone try to figure out what I'm talking about every sentence. My cognitive skills were completely wiped out. I couldn't sign into a computer anymore. And yes, my walking, I went from a person who loved being extremely active and being on my feet majority of my life. The only time I was off my feet was to sleep. And this just took me right out, right from the hip down. So I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't, I couldn't jog. I couldn't move from one position to the other without thinking it through and taking each step by step, not out of order, or it would be very bad. So yeah, I was in a wheelchair.
Amazing.
I was told that if I continued in my wheelchair, it wouldn't be long before I would never walk again. So I said, I can't allow this to happen. And I got out of the wheelchair, and I told myself I wasn't going to use it. So we started using a walker and a cane and everything around me to bounce off of, so that so I wouldn't fall over. But there was no way I was going to commit myself to giving up. So yeah, it's a blessing to be able to,
Wow.
to stand
Let's twist the story now to something more positive. With this person who gifted you this iTerra Care Classic by the name, if I may, or maybe you should say it, who gifted it to you?
I'd like to.
Yes,
I'll
please.
actually tell the story real quickly.
Please do.
So along the journey, a lot of our my fellow injured friends now, which are very, very many and dear to my heart, we've always tried to figure out a way to find a way to get through this. And I just forgot where I was going. Yes, sorry. And then so what happened was we were going through so many different regimes of trying to help and trying to figure out what's going to work. And I had this gentleman contact me a couple times. And I didn't know who he was at first, apart from the fact that he was one of my followers. And the gentleman's name was John King. And when John King came forward to me, he was convinced that he had something that would assist me with my ailments. And at that point in time, I was, to be honest, I was very afraid. And I just didn't really have that energy left in my body to attempt another thing at that particular time. I should have started a lot sooner. I actually had it for a couple of days before I went into the sessions with it. I'm so thankful that he found me, and I think he's thankful that he found me as well, because we've all benefited from it.
Yeah.
As far as where it hits you in your heart.
I know.
It's we've connected with people all around the world for the last 18, 19 months.
Yeah.
And we've also connected with some very key people in the last month of our lives as well. So you can never really close your mind to having more friends. They're all well.
I know.
And,
I know.
And everyone has their own purpose.
Well, I'll be interviewing John King on December 18th. So viewers, if you want to see who Mr. John King is, just stay tuned. All right. Wow. Now, please carry us through your recovery. It seems to be pretty fast. I mean, like, yeah, just a few times and you are like almost back to normal again, kind of thing. Tell us.
You know what? I can tell you real quickly that it's been an amazing experience inside my body. I can actually feel my body going through a rebuild. I can, I've experienced a lot of, negative things going on in my body, and I don't feel that with this. I feel a lot of great things going on. However, that's just how I feel and how I saw it. But I'd rather if my wife told the story, because she was the one who treated me. And she was also the one that just like you had the joy of experiencing a miracle.
Andrea.
It was a Wednesday when we received the wand.
How did you blow him? I mean, all over the body. Everyone would like to ask, I'm sure, where did you blow? How did you blow? That kind of thing. So, yeah.
It came to the house on a Wednesday, and he opened it, looked at it, said, you take it. And he didn't want to use it at first. He was kind of a little, well, I've tried all kinds of regimes and nothing works, so you go first. I used it Wednesday, and I had my own miracle, so to speak. And by Friday, Kevin decided, okay, let's try this out. So Friday, he tried it. He did have a detox on Saturday. By Sunday, when he got up, he completely changed. His brain fog had lifted. He was steady on his feet, and the two of us were in complete shock. So in the videos that you showed, the last 3 videos were with our wand. So the one of him carrying the wand was after the first treatment. The second treatment was him walking into the bedroom with the dogs. And the third treatment was him running down the stairs. And it shocked the daylights out of us. We had no idea that this wand was going to bring back his ability to walk.
Only 3 treatments. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
And to watch this man go from not being able to walk and do things on his own. And, I've seen him cry. I've seen him struggle. I've seen the tremors, the seizures that would last 2.5 hours. And there's nothing that anybody could do. I've had him in emergency when these were going on, and nobody had help. It's not something that our medical system knows how to deal with. It just happens, and you need to let it run its course, is what we're told. And it's mind over matter. But if it was mind over matter, he would have healed himself far before 18 months.
I know.
So we truly believe that this frequency wand has aided in his healing. Is he 100%? No, but he is so much better than he's ever been.
I know. Andrea, Kevin, please don't go away.
Okay.
Please stay tuned, stay on, and I'll be right back because we have another story to cover, and someone that you have introduced, I believe, Stacee, and we'll be right back. And thank you so much for all your sharing so far, and good to see you back to normal again. All right.
Thank you.
So, there you go, guys. You've heard it. And now, all the way from Ohio, the United States of America, we have Stacee. So let's add on Stacee. How are you, Stacee? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I am fantastic, which is surprising because I am not a morning person at all. But suddenly I am. In the past few weeks, I'm like, boing, I get right out of the bed. So I'm just super happy to be here.
You know, just watching you today, right now, you were a totally different person just 3 weeks ago.
I was.
Now, with your permission, we shall play your video. Is that okay?
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay, let's play Stacee's video.
Now my body has decided to manifest a completely new symptom that I've never had before. Like, I've had it, but it's lasted for like 10 seconds or so, and then it would go by. My wrists and my knees and my ankles feel like they're on fire. It's like a burning but radiant pain. It's like it swells. It's kind of how my other nerve pain has been. It swells and it dims like a candle flame. But man, when it swells, it's bad. I have to drive in 2 hours. I haven't posted in a while an update. I've been peeing blood since last Friday. Trying to treat that on my own. I'm just kind of fed up with going to doctors trying to get answers. I need to work, but I can't. Finances are shit. My health is shit. I'm just tired of all of it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at in life. I'm going to be taking a massive break off here, at least trying to. I know I've been more quiet, but my eyes are so bad that I can't really see, so I just lay here and rot. Love you guys. Hope you have a good Christmas. Okay, bud. I'm okay. Come here. I decided to make a video tonight. I haven't made a video in a long time, and I'm having a rough night. And I feel like when I used to post all the time about my struggles, it was a lot easier to get through them. But I'm having a really hard time this week because I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I just tried to eat and I ate like 3 bites and I can't eat anymore and I want to throw up now and I feel awful. Okay, I didn't put any makeup on because apparently that offends people when I try to feel better, but here's my day 48 update. Tomorrow will be 7 weeks. COVID vaccine reaction number 2. So my ALT and something else was elevated on my liver, and my kidneys are in stage 2 chronic kidney disease now. My GFR is high. I am anemic. That's new. I've never been anemic in my life. This facial rash is really annoying. It gets like this, and then it blisters up, and then it crusts over, and then I have like this disgusting Parmesan cheese skin. It's really fun. I went to the dentist today for the gum bleeding, and my gums are inflamed. I'm pulling away from my back tooth, and they might have to pull my tooth. It's more good news. Today was a very rough day. Lots of bad news. I've been trying to keep it together today, but I'm struggling. Because at this point, 7 weeks in, it feels like it's never going to get better. So, thank you for all the love.
Wow, it's painful to watch. Painful
Yeah.
to watch. And I'm sure our viewers can feel what you went through. And just to think, it was only less than a month ago.
Yeah, it'll be 4 weeks Wednesday since I've received my device.
Yeah.
The reason I got my device is because I saw Kevin's success, and actually I started researching it before I even decided to purchase it. I went and like did a bunch of digging about Prife and if I figured out the technology and all of that because that's just how I am. I wanted to know the science behind it and everything, but something in my gut told me when I saw my what I consider a close friend Kevin and his success, like this is it. I just felt there was something big coming. So I ordered the device. I slapped it on a credit card that I really couldn't afford. And it actually, Andrea was learning the system and accidentally shipped it from Guam. And I was devastated because I was like, it's going to take so long to get here. So they reordered one and shipped it from the US. So it got here within, I think, like a week. The day that it showed up, I had been vomiting for 8 hours. I started having these episodes this past April where I would just vomit, just retching like for hours and hours. And I was trying to work like that. It was just a horrible day when it showed up. But yeah, I had been sick for 561 days. I counted every single day because every day was just so long. And that 561st day is the day I got my wand. I was so sick that day. I really just struggled to get myself to use it, but I was like, Kevin had results, I have to do it. And all I did was my palms, the soles of my feet, and then just kind of waved all over my head. And actually my hip had been hurting me for months. So I treated my hip that night. And I woke up the next day, I felt kind of crappy and I figured I would because there's a lot of poison in my body and I knew that. So I just kind of rested. And then I did my second session that night, about 15 minutes, did the same thing, my hip, which had already been like 50% free of pain actually. So I did it again that night. And then on the third day I woke up and 80% of the symptoms that I had been experiencing for the 561 days just lifted. And I sat on the edge of my bed and I sobbed because like Kevin had stated, it does something with your mind where you just don't feel like you're yourself anymore and somebody else is in control of your vessel. And I would tell people that was actually, it was my second shot that made me sick. Within an hour, I was very acutely ill. And I actually left my body. Like I felt myself leaving my body. I got really bad tunnel vision. I began to become so dizzy I couldn't turn my head. If I closed my eyes, I would vomit. Just really awful. Actually, one of the most horrifying symptoms I had in the beginning was my mouth, my gums would just bleed and I would have blood and I would just be spitting out mouthfuls of blood because if I swallowed it, it would make me sick. And that's actually the first thing that prompted me to go to the hospital the first time. And that was the first time that I was told that I needed to see a psychiatrist and lose some weight. And then it was 561 days of that. I saw 24 specialists total that told me I needed to lose weight and that I needed a psychiatrist and that this was all in my head. Even though I had seen the MRI of my brain was covered in lesions, dozens of lesions that were not there previously because I had had an MRI in the past for a head injury in 2014 and there was nothing there except for where I hit my head. So yeah, just all these things. And I went to TikTok when I got sick because I didn't have anybody else to talk to and nobody was talking about it. And I wanted people to know what was happening to me. And my story exploded from there. And then they shut me down and silenced me and hid me. That was, I think, a year ago, the TikTok shut me down. And yeah, it has been more of that since. Everywhere I've tried to post my story, they shut me down, they silenced me. So to be here today and share my story with a company that's not hiding me and why I got sick and also feeling so well is just, it's unbelievable. It's really hard to watch that footage of me sick, more so because not only can I see how sick I was, because look at the difference. This is just barely over 3 weeks of using the device. That I had so many specialists look at me in that condition and tell me that nothing was wrong. And that's, I think, the worst part is that how could anyone look at me in that condition and keep telling me that it was in my head? So I'm so glad to know that it wasn't.
If I may, I thought I saw one video of you, like you were on the brink of even taking your own life.
Yeah, that's actually.
You wanted to end it.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing this for the rest of my life the way I was. I couldn't imagine doing it for another second. And I was fighting and clawing and trying to get help and nobody was hearing me. Everybody abandoned me in my life. I've lost relationships with my friends, my family because of how I got sick. And there was really just nothing to go and live for. I was watching my son watch me suffer, which is affecting him, which was killing me. And I couldn't do it. The only thing that kept me here was my son. I was so close. So close. And that was just a week before I saw Kevin's results. So I'm so grateful that I did it, and that this device has turned my life around completely. It is a miracle.
Well, wow. Very powerful. And
Yeah.
I'm just so glad that you and Kevin have both recovered
Yes.
within such a short period of time. I mean, that's
Yes.
it's just
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
And many people who will be watching this, hopefully they will give themselves the opportunity to get better again.
Yes.
And wow, I'm just speechless. Normally I talk a lot, but today I'm just I don't know what to say. I mean, you guys said it all. It's just good to bring. Let me just bring Kevin and Andrea together with you right now. I think
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk together. And
Okay. We talk a lot now. We're business partners.
let's talk, let's smile, let's laugh, let's be happy.
Yes, very much.
Your stories are really powerful, and Andrea, you are a very strong woman to stand by your man, to record him, and seeing him. Wow, it's a wow, really.
It wasn't an easy road. It was very hard to watch him struggle.
Very
But
hard.
even in his worst moments, I remember him saying, I hope a child never has to go through this.
Yes.
And in the midst of his seizures, he would look at me and say, I don't know what my purpose is, but I know that there's going to be a purpose after this is over.
Wow.
Wow.
Very powerful.
I'm you know what, I'd like to share a new thing that's kind of happened too, that's quite a benefit to me and my family too. I don't just walk, and I don't just kind of stand up. At times I can jog. and
I love that.
Yeah. Sent me videos.
I have a new, my children have a new respect for me because I can catch them again. So and I had a quick chit chat with my son the other day, and this would be my youngest boy, and I said to him, we were walking from the truck to the house, and it's not that far, but it's far enough for him to recognize that I'm not bouncing off of something to get there. And I turned to him because I was actually in front of him this time, and usually it's the opposite, right? I'm usually clear my path. And I turned around and I looked at him and I said, did you ever think you'd see this again? And, I could see the sincerity in a child, right? And it was simple. It was, no, I didn't. And the thankfulness just through that moment was yet another moment to build in getting healthier. So, I mean, this wand has done a lot of stuff instantly for us. It's fixed a lot of things. I actually have changes in my blood as well. My markers following up with my doctor. So that's already been proven. And I also have an MRI at the end of the month with signatures. So it's also going to either deny them of what they promised me, which was progression of my lesions on my brain, as well as my small vessel disease. The prognosis really wasn't good. It was very much setting me up for losing. And A, I wouldn't give up, and B, if you have the right tools and the right inside the right body, you're going to win. And thanks to Prife, because there's not a doctor out there that had this for me.
Wow. I guess you're going to disappoint the doctors.
Hey, you know what? I will tell you one thing. When I went to my doctor last time, and I won't use her name, but I'd love to, she mentioned that she wanted to discuss my blood work. And my blood work, I had an extremely overreactive thyroid that happened through all this. It's just one of the issues. And my thyroid marker was up to 13, and it was supposed to, I believe, below 4. And after we started this new regime of pills, it brought it down to 7.6. And the last time that I had blood work done, which was only a week after drinking the water and using the wand, it's down to 1.7.
Wow.
So I don't bleed out anymore. If I scratch myself, I was bleeding profusely. I don't bleed anymore. So that's, that's repaired. I don't have sores all over my face anymore. So now I have to pick on my wife instead of my face.
What? I think
it just goes on and on.
Pretty soon you're gonna look younger.
Yeah.
Because
And you know what? A lot of people are saying that. I don't even have as much gray hair.
So there you go. Well, this is only the beginning of your journey at Prife International, and we cannot thank you enough for coming forward with your stories. And on behalf of the management and everyone at Prife, we feel you, we love you, and we hope that both of you will continue in your healing as well as sharing, because I believe it's now changing your lives, because you have been in number 1 and number 2 spot for quite a while in terms of sponsors, direct sponsors, So many people are asking, hey, who are these accounts? Because they don't use the name. Who are these people? How did they do it? So and now they know, right? Number 1. Of course, recently was taken over by another wonderful lady in New South Wales. And yeah, you guys are amazing. And I'm so happy, and we are all so proud of you. And I'm sure you have gone through not only the worst in health, but also financially. It sort of took, its toll on both of you. And now is the time to rebuild, not only financially, and there's nothing wrong with that. Forget about the haters, all right? Don't worry about that. I mean, where were they when you guys went through hell, right? So don't bother about these haters anyway. Continue to do what you do, and I'm sure, see you at the top. That's all I can say. You at the top. Continue to spread this and help many people around the world. And before we part, how can people contact both of you? I think they would like to. So I'll start with Andrea and Kevin. I mean, how can they get in touch with you? I mean, your
As you
Kevin
can see
story
on Kevin,
Facebook, yeah.
Kevin's story.
I can stand
All right,
up.
there you go, Kevin's story.
That's our
Wow.
Or under
And
Kevin Street.
Kevin's
Or
story
Andrea
is on Facebook. Just search it, all right, and join. Okay.
There's
There you go.
just under 19,000 people in that group that have been supporting us through this voyage. And
Wow.
they requested to be our friend and follow us through the story. And now we've monitored every single one of them too. And our social media, we've managed actually to bless many others already that are sick and that are in the same type of situation as we are. You're right, it did hit our finances extremely hard.
Everyone.
And there's some people out there that are suffering on that end as well. So we've been blessed, both Stacee and my wife and I, to be able to assist them in need as we can, of course.
So yeah, you have your own gift program, isn't it? Right? I mean,
Yes.
yeah, fantastic, amazing. And Stacee, how can people reach you? I mean, your TikTok has been shut down. I mean, where else can they go to reach you?
Well, I have a new one and it's taking off already.
Ah.
I just started it the other day. I got a brand new phone so they can't block it. And
What do you
it's
call
gonna
it? What is the
it's
name
gonna
of
be
you?
the Wand Fairy, because
The
now I'm a
Wand
Wand Fairy.
I like that. The Wand Fairy. All right.
Yes, that's gonna be my
Okay.
whole everything. I just want to bless people with this gift of hope and healing, and it's just super important to me, and that's why I signed up, is so that I
Yeah.
could help other people like me. So it's just
Yeah.
super important to me. So the Wand Fairy on TikTok, and then Stacee Marie on Facebook. You can also search the Wand Fairy on Facebook, and I'll pop up because it's under my description. So
And you have also gifted a lot. I noticed
yes,
that. So this
I've
is
helped 24 families so far.
amazing. thank you, guys. I mean, we are already 45 minutes into this live stream. It's way longer than the normal live stream
Thank
of
you.
30 minutes. But your stories have to be told. And couldn't have been better coming from both of you. So thank you so much. And on behalf of Prife International, thank you. And good to see both of you having recovered. At least we can all smile before we end this live stream. Wow, it's a very touching live stream, really. And glad that you guys have documented your condition so that we know and the whole world will know. So thank you and take care. God bless everyone and God bless all of you.
Thank
Bye
you.
for now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
You too.
Medical disclaimers. iTerra Classic and iTerra Pro are not medical devices. The information provided on our website is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you are seeking medical advice, diagnoses, or treatment. Prife International shall not be liable for risks or issues associated with using or acting upon the information on our website. Prife International shall not be liable or responsible for the actions, misrepresentations, or negligence of our members who are independent contractors.